Hey friends, it's Miss Thomasini here. You ready to start share reading? Let's go! We are starting share reading, hurrah, hurrah. We are starting share reading, hurrah, hurrah. We are starting shared reading. The warm up starts and we all sing. And we all keep reading on and on to get to know the book. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, hey, I thought for our poem, remember Be My Friend? We can make up some motions that will bring our poem to life today. So let's take a look. The first sentence says, a fuzzy, buzzy bumblebee wants to be friends with me. And I thought when it said wants to be friends with me, we can point to ourselves, right? All right. This next one says, he buzzes and flies around and around, following me without a sound. What do you think a buzzing fly would look like? Show me. Show me with your hands. That's great. That's great. Do that move. But remember, it says without a sound. So make sure when you do that buzzy move, it's quiet. All right. And then it says, he does not talk, he does not share. I think that's a good movement. He does not talk, he does not share. All he does is stare and stare. Do you know what stare means? It's like this. You don't even close your eyes. You just look at somebody all creepy. Yeah, let's get some binoculars. All he does is stare and stare. Fuzzy buzzy bumblebee, do you know how to be friends with me? We'll do it. Do you know? Do you know? Okay. All right, ready? This one's called Be My Friend by Michelle Moore. Now remember, I can't point and do the motions at the same time with my hands. So I'm going to lock my eyes on the sentences and read with just my eyes as I act out the motions. Okay? You do the same thing. Go ahead and put your eyes on A. We're going to read a fuzzy buzzy bumblebee all together. Okay? Ready? A fuzzy buzzy bumblebee wants to be friends with me. He buzzes and flies around and around, following me without a sound. He does not talk. He does not share. All he does is stare and stare. Fuzzy buzzy bumblebee, do you know how to be friends with me? I don't know about you, but a bee is kind of a dangerous friend, I think. I don't know. All right, let's take a look at our book today. This is the last time we're reading our book this week, so we really have to make it strong. We have to do a good job reading today, friends. All right, so the book is called The Hug by Sharon Fear, illustrated by John Bendel Brunello. The Hug. Remember, read with me, okay? I'm just going to point to the side. I want you to read with me. Little Pens wanted a hug. A hug will feel good, she said. Will you hug me, Mouse? I wish I could, said Mouse, but it will hurt to hug you. Oh, look at these. Okay, I know sometimes your teachers might have mentioned these before. These things right here. Yeah, I think I've even mentioned them before too. Your teachers might call them quotation marks or talking marks. I'm going to call them speech marks because whenever you see these, that means somebody's speaking. So I'm going to call these speech marks, but they're the same thing as quotation marks and talking marks. And do you remember how we were thinking that Little Pens was feeling when he wanted a hug, but no one would give it to him? How would that make you feel? Probably sad. We said that the other day. We said it would probably make him feel really sad. And so when we're talking like little pens, we need to have a sad voice. Now, we just need to make the parts that are inside the talking marks sad, right? We'll say, I want a hug. But we don't have to say, Pens said in a sad voice, because that's not in the talking marks. But this is, will you hug me, Hoot? That's in the talking marks. So we want that to sound sad too. All right, ready? Get your best sad voices out. I want a hug, Pen said. Will you hug me, Hoot? I wish I could, said Hoot, but it will hurt to hug you. I see some more talking marks, more speech marks. Let's read it like a nice, sad voice. I wish I could get a hug, said Pens. Will you hug me, Skunk? I can't, said Skunk. Do you want to shake hands? Come here, Pens, said Hoot. You can play my drum. That will make you happy, said Mouse. Little Pens played the drum. That was fun, she said, but she still wanted a hug. You know what? I see the exclamation points here. That means strong feeling. So I think she's really hopeful right here. Let's try to sound hopeful. Moosling, Moosling, Pen said. Did you sound hopeful? Let's keep going. Will you give me a hug? Yes, I will, said Moosling. Moosling went to Rabbit. He got Rabbit to take off his jacket. Come here, Pens, said Moosling. Put on this jacket. Then Moosling gave Little Pens a big, big hug. And so did all her friends. Aww. Hey, you know what? Sometimes when you read a book and it reminds you of something in your life, you can call that a connection. Like a text, here's the text that we just read. And self, here's myself. A text to self connection. That means something in the text reminded me about something of myself. And I can make a text to self connection because in the book, all Little Pens wanted was a hug. And he just couldn't get a hug. And, you know, I'm kind of feeling that same way too sometimes, especially with all this stuff about the coronavirus. And you're not really supposed to touch other people or get too close to other people. And I can kind of feel sad too sometimes. That's my text to self connection. And I thought I would write about it because as readers, we know we can always write about what we're feeling and somebody else can read it too. So I started writing something, but I need your help because I need you to help me put some speech marks in it. One of the things I wrote about was, oh man, this was such a good memory. Last year when we did the Booster-thon, you know, the fundraiser that we just finished this year. Well, last year, before the pandemic, when everybody used to hug, Miss Boyle and I, you know, another kindergarten teacher, Miss Boyle, she would hold her arms out, and I was so excited about getting all the money for the Booster-thon. I would run and do a jump hug, and Miss Boyle would catch me, and I would say, yay, we did it. We got the Booster-thon, all the fundraiser money for that. Now we get the big party. We were so excited. I decided to write about that. So here's me remembering it. That's me. there's Miss Boyle. And I ran and she caught me. And I was so excited. I was cheering. It's a jump hug. So I said in my sentence, do you remember our jump hugs? I asked Miss Boyle. Where should I put those speech marks? You know, the ones that kind of look like this. Where should I put those speech marks? What question am I asking Miss Boyle? Let me read it again. Do you remember our jump hugs? I asked Miss Boyle. Whisper to your friend, where should I put the speech marks? Okay, we've decided. Let me know if you picked the same place I did. Do you remember our jump hugs? I asked Miss Boyle. I can almost hear my voice changing from the question I'm asking to this information I asked Miss Boyle right here. So I think right at this question mark and right here from the start, do you remember our jump hugs? That's the question I'm asking. I need to put my speech marks around there because that's the part I'm actually saying. Do you remember our jump hugs? I asked Miss Boyle. I'm not saying I asked Miss Boyle. That's just the part the reader's supposed to read. All right. Thanks for your help, guys. Hey, if you're having some great text to self connections and you want to write about them like I did, remember to see if you can use those speech marks. Try to make your writing a little fancier. What do you think? Give it a try. Let me know how you do. All right, friends, I'll see you later. Bye.